Edge Transit used to be a meme when it originally released during the Forsaken era, as it was the only heavy weapon that could drop from engrams. Back then, GLs were underused and perks like Cascade Point and Explosive Light were not even in the game, and it was a guaranteed shard when an Edge Transit dropped. Now returning with a very healthy perk pool as part of the Brave arsenal, it can compete with other popular adaptive frame GLs. This video covers a PVE review of Edge Transit, going over 3 really strong rolls and comparing the weapon against the likes of Wendigo and Cataphract, a quick overview of what to look for in PvP, and much more. Please slap that like button for the algorithm. Let's begin. Edge Transit is an adaptive frame GL, the best archetype for damage, of the Void element, easy to farm, obtainable from Shaxx rank up packages and the chest at the Hall of Champions, Arcite bounties and Onslaught. This GL has a very strong perk pool that allows it to be competitive in endgame activities, capable of big DPS numbers in a very short space of time, whilst also having a very particular perk combination that makes it stand out from other GLs as an ad clearer that can regenerate ammo out of thin air. Before we go into the rolls to look for, let's check that perk pool, starting with the third column, and boy, you are kinda sport for choice. Chain Reaction is a very powerful perk when paired with Deconstruct in the fourth. We will go over this in detail shortly. Then we have Cascade Point, one of the best perks a GL can roll, capable of inflicting massive DPS as the RPM of the adaptive frame GL goes up from 120 to 200. Field Prep is a decent perk as it increases reserves and grants fast reloads when crouched, good when satting wells and doing damage on a static target, but not worth using on this GL. Autoloader is also a great perk normally, but again, when you have a perk like Envious Assassin, it becomes kind of obsolete. The best 2 perks to go for a damage roll are Cascade Point or Envious Assassin. For the fourth column, Deconstruct is a perk that is slept on. Deconstruct procs when doing consistent damage. On its own, it's mediocre as you would need to hit various grenades to proc it, but when paired with Chain Reaction in the third column, chain damage can also proc Deconstruct. Firing a grenade into a group of targets and getting a kill sets off chain and can proc Deconstruct, returning the fired grenade and even on occasion returning 2 grenades, which would make it an absolute insane ad clearer. I'm still chasing this roll personally, but keep an eye out for this combination, people. Also in the fourth, for DPS, you have 2 options: Bait and Switch, providing a 30% buff to damage when landing hits with all weapons in a short space of time, and Explosive Light, that grants a massive buff to GL damage. Although per grenade, Explosive Light does more damage, it only procs on 6 grenades, whilst Bait procs for 10 seconds, making it overall more consistent, especially if paired with Envious Assassin. My go-to combinations for both columns are Cascade Point paired with Bait and Switch, which does the most damage per second in a very short space of time, ideal for short damage phases, allowing the weapon to rapid fire 7 to 8 grenades at a 30% damage increase, or alternatively go for Envious and Bait, which allows you to fire an overloaded drum that can reach 18, 21 with minifrags equipped, with a consistent 30% buff throughout the duration of the damage. And of course, for ad clearing, Chain Reaction paired with Deconstruct. Comparing this GL to others of the same archetype, Regnant, which is also a Void GL and craftable, can roll Envious paired with Cascade, but cannot roll Bait nor Deconstruct. For burst DPS alone, Edge Transit is stronger than Regnant. Wendigo, the Nightfall exclusive GL, can't roll neither Envious nor Bait, and although it can roll Cascade, it cannot roll alongside damage perks, making the Transit have the edge. On the other hand, Cataphract, the Trials GL, is capable of rolling Envious and Bait, and also Envious and Cascade, but cannot pair up Cascade alongside Bait. This makes Edge Transit the strongest DPS GL in the game at present. It's the only GL that can pair up Cascade Point alongside a big damage perk such as Bait, and has that unique combination for ad clearing too, making it S tier. Let's go over those god rolls, starting with the DPS roll. As we are not using reload perks, a reload masterwork comes in handy alongside hard launch, which reduces the blast radius, allowing grenades to do more damage. Then mini frags. Let me explain before you say, oh, why not spike nades? First off, spike nades are no longer an absolute requirement as the impact damage was nerfed, meaning mini frags can be placed instead for an extra grenade in the drum for even more damage, and with backup mag equipped, you can get 8 in the drum. Then, of course, Cascade Point for rapid fire and Bait for the 30% buff to damage. If you're going for the Envious roll instead, you want to switch out the Masterwork for handling and mini frags for spike grenades. For that ad clear god roll, we don't care about impact damage, so blast radius becomes important. A blast radius masterwork paired with volatile launch and high explosive ordnance for blast radius boosts, chain and deconstruct. This weapon is absolutely S tier for DPS and ad clearing with the right perks. It's the best GL in the game for PvE as of the making of this video, so go and hunt for it. Let's talk PvP briefly before closing this video. It only has one role worth chasing, but arguably, if you already have a decent Wendigo or Cataphract, you won't really need to chase Edge Transit. Impulse Amplifier paired with Full Court is your best role available for the Crucible, with Impulse increasing velocity significantly and Full Court increasing the damage the further the grenade travels, guaranteeing a kill. The full role to look out for is a Blast Radius Masterwork, alongside Volatile Launch and High Explosive Ordnance, Impulse Amp and Full Court. Needless to say, the weapon is good for both PvE and PvP activities. I'm going to go back to farming Onslaught for my God Roll ad clearer. I hope this video helped you understand just how strong this weapon really is, and thank you for watching. Please slap that like button if you did find this video informative. More content is on its way. Expect a review of the Mountaintop in the coming days also. This was Plasma Alchemist. Your viewership is much appreciated. Until next time, see you later.